For this past 12 years or so, I've been writing a column called Farmstead Forest, not just for Nebraska Farmer, but for several of our farm progress publications across the country. And in this column, if you've read it, it kind of deals with some of the forestry issues, the woodlands issues, tree issues you might have on your own farm or ranch. Anything from cedar tree invasion to how to market lumber from some of the trees in your woodlands. We deal with disease issues, storm damage, how to prune trees, all kinds of different things that come up on your own farmstead or homestead, okay? Starting with this episode, we're going to try to add a video component to these Farmstead Forest columns. And the premise of the whole thing is going to be forestry issues that I have on my own farm in northeast Nebraska. And so that's kind of part of it. And I'm going to start out with something that's pretty common on many farms across the plains. And that is the trouble after storms with silver maple trees. We had a big storm on our farm last night. We had probably 50-mile-an-hour winds, and pretty typical for in the middle of summer in Nebraska, okay? But this year has been pretty stormy for, even compared to historical averages in the state. I have a bunch of about 125-year-old silver maple trees along our long driveway. These were planted by my grandfather when he lived here on the same farmstead where I live now with my family. These silver maples are big, they're mature, they're probably 80 to 90 feet tall, gigantic. You can probably see one of the big trunks right behind us, right? Okay, the problem with silver maples is that every single time there's a storm, they drop branches. So we've got branches on the ground today. This is actually pretty light. A lot of times we'll drop really big branches over the driveway in our yard. The reason why there's so many silver maple trees around here is because back 100 years ago, that was one of the tree seedlings that was very available to plant. It grew fast, started easily. You could count on these silver maples to really do well and provide quick shade, and that's what we needed because we didn't have a lot of trees out here on the plains. That's it. I would kind of discourage you from planting a lot of silver maples around your farm today because of this drop issue, because the limbs aren't very sturdy, because we usually have a lot of problems with storm damage, with broken branches, broken limbs after big storms. If you're going to plant a silver maple, I would suggest planting it out in the middle of the pasture for shade for the cattle, planting it in, a big shelter belt away from anything else, away from fences, so you don't have to worry about the dropped limbs. Okay? So that's my wrap up on Farmstead Forest for this time, and we'll catch you next month.